The Ray of Doom, one of the strongest upgrades in BTD6, actually got a buff in the recent update, and today I'm going to get a world record with it. With that world record being the farthest a 2-tower chimps can survive in BTD6, with the goal of beating round 140. Now you may have already seen McEnrules attempt the same challenge on his YouTube channel. This is where I got the idea from to begin with, and he actually failed on the round 140 defense, but I have some ideas of improvements that I think can be done. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. And don't forget to subscribe for more insane content. I'm trying to hit 50,000 subscribers. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, this might seem crazy, but I'm playing on logs instead of the normal Ray of Doom map, which is Resort. And the reason behind it is pretty simple. Even though this map does have obstacles on it that block your line of sight of the Dartling, and just Resort in general has better Dartling lines of fire, you can pretty much put your Ray of Doom along the entire straightaway and it defends everything. Logs has more track length, and that track length will be necessary to beat some of the later game rounds for us, for this 2-tower chimps to pass the current world record of 2-tower chimps, which I think is round 140. Well, dying to round 140 is the current world record, so beating round 139 is the current best anyone's ever done. Either way, we'll be trying to top that today. And through my sandbox testing I did before this video, I found this is actually the best Dartling spot, which might seem weird because you have all of this like red section at the bottom towards the end of the track. But one thing you need to keep in mind is when you buy Ray of Doom, the beam size is actually quite large. So even though lots of this area is blocked, that doesn't mean I can't pop balloons there necessarily. And you can also shoot the Dartling through these like logs as well in this location, which gives you a little bit of extra map wiggle room too. Now the thing about this is the start is going to be pretty trivial. Nothing is too difficult about an engineer and a Dartling start. I just need to make sure I can afford that cleansing foam in time for the lead balloons. So let's get this bad boy up. The engineer placement as well, I don't think super important. I placed it just kind of in the center of the map. The main purpose of the engineer is obviously that really nice ultra boost buff I will be getting on the Ray of Doom, but also I need the engineer to pop purple balloons for me in the early and mid game. So that's why we're getting the sentry path on this, which I guess we might as well just upgrade these engineering upgrades right now. Lead balloons, not a problem for us. And we definitely don't want to save it for overclock yet. Probably upgrade the Dartling to laser cannon and plasma accelerator first. I think that's going to be the order of operations. We go plasma accelerator, then overclock, then Ray of Doom, then ultra boost. All right, laser cannon has finally been bought round 35. Funny enough, does this just like straight up ignore this log? Huh. You can just kind of shoot through it, even though it looks like the back end of the log is all red space, which is really weird. The Dartling can kind of still reach all the balloons there. I wonder if it's the same thing for the Ray of Doom, or if the Ray of Doom does actually get blocked. That is something interesting we'll kind of find out, because right now it looks like the laser cannon should not be able to hit these balloons right now. All right, round 40, how do we look against the Moab? Oh yeah, the laser cannon actually has pretty significant Moab class damage. I'm always surprised about this upgrade. That went down very quickly. We've got the plasma accelerator next to 12.69k, and then the Ray of Doom's 81,000, so pretty expensive upgrades here. The ultra boost is also really expensive at 77.7k. I don't think any of the save ups are going to be that difficult though. I think the two most difficult save ups for this 2-tower chimps is going to be saving for the Ray of Doom and the ultra boost upgrades, but everything before that should be pretty trivial. All right, plasma accelerator has been bought. Oh, do you guys see that? The laser cannon can shoot through, but the plasma accelerator can't. That is interesting. Camo purple should not be a problem for us. The engineer can deal with those, right? Maybe even keep this guy on strong targeting. Okay, at this point I could buy the overclock if I want to, but in all honesty, I'm a little bit curious if we can just save straight for the Ray of Doom without it. All right, BFB here, this should not be a problem at all. Plasma accelerator actually has really good single target damage against Moab class balloons. And yeah, this gets shredded. The main round I'm worried about with the plasma accelerator is round 62, which has just a ton of purple balloons. And you might say, Ryan, how would overclock help you with that? Because overclock would just buff your plasma accelerator's damage. It's not gonna actually help you with purple balloons. To which I'd say you're wrong. Buying overclock actually increases the pierce of the main nail gun attack from the engineer from 3 to 15. So if I can't pop all the purples with the cleansing foam, then I'll probably just need that overclock upgrade for the extra pierce, is what I'm thinking. And I died early on. I'm just gonna buy it. I honestly still might struggle. I don't know if strong targeting is it. What if I overclock the overclock? Is that a play? I feel like overclocking the plasma accelerator wouldn't really do much here right now with all the purples on the screen. Try it again. Okay, I'm gonna try a tactic of targeting my Dartling like here early. No purples have actually reached past the first bin yet, which is great. Just leave it like this. No purples getting past. Oh, one purple got past. Okay, that's fine. Engineer can clean it up. All right. Try my best here. On the door. Oh, and yeah, it starts to get overrun at this point. You can see what I'm talking about. And now things get scary. Oh, wait. Most of the purples are done, though. One purple! You gotta be joking. Literally one purple. That's how I got targeted, though. Come on, please, 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 engineer. Pop that purple. Oh my gosh. Moabs. I think I did. I think I did. Finally, dude. That actually took a long time. I knew round 62 was going to be a problem, but I didn't think it was going to be that big of a problem. I also kind of put myself in a bad situation by not buying overclock before the round started because I didn't have the ability, like, initially off cooldown. But either way, we finally beat it. Round 63 should not be a problem for us, though. The Plasma Accelerator eats these ceramics for breakfast. Alright, we've already made it to round 75 here. It's been pretty easy beating these rounds. I didn't expect it to be difficult. I think the difficulty will come in the early 80s, in my opinion, but this is typically one of the harder rounds in CHIMPS mode. Let's see how we're doing. And it looks like no problem at all for the Plasma Accelerator. I think I could have made it to this point without the overclock if it weren't for round 62. Round 76 also gets obliterated. This was one other round I was slightly worried about, and that's 78. Because round 78 has purple balloons inside of it. The tight ceramic rushes are not a problem for us. It's the purples that might be. And I do have an overclock for my overclock, so let's use that preemptively, because I know the purples are coming out soon. Try to pop this BFB first. Clear the screen of balloons. There they are. I don't think it's as many as round 62 at purples wise, though. So, oh, but then it mixes with the ceramics at the end. That could be the problem. First on these. Yeah, because my beam is kind of getting blocked on the back ceramic rush. Overclock? I think I'm good either way. That could have been difficult, but it wasn't that bad. And how close am I? I'm still like 30k off. You make a lot of cash flow on round 79 and the early 80s. Round 79 is looking pretty trivial for us. Even the fortified BFBs don't think will cause us issues. Let's see. First one goes down. Overclock you. And the second one goes down as well. Alright, ZOMG. Yeah, look how fast the Plasma Accelerator pops the ZOMG. That's kind of ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. This upgrade is low-key cracked. But here, now that we've hit 80, we've hit the Plasma Accelerator's weakness, guys, which is not the round 80 plus Moabs. It's actually the ceramics. Because Plasma Accelerator has pretty pitiful ceramic damage, and after you pass around 80, the ceramics have a lot more HP. It's called super ceramics. So now we've got to spend a lot of time just targeting my beam on all the ceramics instead of the Moab class slayers, if that makes sense, to defend efficiently. Let's see. Round 81 here. I'm looking pretty good so far, I'd like to say. Maybe keep my Plasma Accelerator kind of targeted around here. The good bins I need to make use of. Overclock again. Okay, I might have popped too many ceramics down there. I think I'm fine, though. Come on. We're good so far. Last Moabs. I'm looking pretty good. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm fine here. Alright. 81's been beaten. Okay, 82 actually has fortified, which is very threatening. Again, it's the fortified ceramics that I'm worried about, not even the fortified BFBs. Overclock you again. Let's deal with all the non-fortified first, I think. Now we'll deal with the fortified BFBs. I'm trying to layer these ceramics on top of each other so that I get good use of my pierce. Yeah, I think those ceramics got dealt with. Come on, we're good. Okay, those ceramics should be fine. 2 BFBs remaining. Come on. Please be fine here. Oh, I'm dead. Dang it, dude. And after many attempts on round 82, I was actually able to get through these fortified BFBs. I really just needed to pop the regular BFBs really quickly to give myself tons of space to deal with those fortified ceramics, because those things are incredibly tough. Oh my gosh, that took so long. I am so happy I have finally beaten round 82. That was a pain. And round 83 is actually going to be a pain as well. What the heck? Dude, these ceramics, like what? Where do I target my darling? And speaking about fortified ceramics, we're encountering them again around 83, but these ones are even worse because they're spaced out in a way that the plasma accelerator beam can't really hit multiple at a time. And trust me guys, I tried this round at least a dozen times with different plasma accelerator targetings and ability timings and all this stuff, and I didn't even get close at all. I don't really know if 83 is possible with my darling spot, or if I just need a different darting spot altogether. But either way, I've still got a plan of how to complete this 2-tower chimps, and here it is. First off, I started a brand new run, and I'm not buying overclock on the second run. And you can see here I actually have a different engineer placement as well, because with this new engineer placement, I can actually defend round 62 without the overclock upgrade bot, as the sentries and just the main gun have enough damage and good enough placements to deal with all the purple balloons. And the same thing happens in round 78 as well, where just the placements are good enough to deal with all the purple balloons, and the plasma accelerator can clean up everything else. And with saving that money on the overclock, now I don't have to worry about round 83, I only have to worry about round 81. If I beat this round, I get the Ray of Doom up. So here's how I targeted my dartling to get through one round of super ceramics without an overclocked plasma accelerator. This took so many attempts, you have no idea. First off, I popped a lot of BFBs, and then I popped the mobs down, but in reverse order, back to front. And the reason behind this is I'm layering the ceramics on top of each other. That way, when all the ceramics pop, the plasma accelerator can get great value and like deal with all of them at once, if that makes sense. You can see here, it still takes a really long time to deal with the ceramics because they just have an insane amount of HP. But this is really the only way I could do it. And I do the same thing once again, popping multiple BFBs at once, and then I'm gonna pop these 4 groups of Moabs in reverse order once again, layering the ceramics on top of one another. And we're gonna have to defend this big wave of ceramics again as well. Here we go. Let's see. Plasma accelerator beam on them. Now this defending tactic is a lot easier said than done because obviously it's super easy to accidentally pop a Moab at a wrong timing, and then you've got to chase your plasma accelerator to deal with those ceramics and stuff like that as well. But I'm happy with tons of attempts on round 81. I was finally able to do it here. Look at all these ceramics about to run through. Plasma accelerator is able to clutch those up as well. Then we got some Moabs pushing. It looks like I am barely good enough though. Finally, oh my gosh, that took forever. That is a good feeling beating round 81. The optimizations and targeting that needed to be done. And round 82 should not be a problem at all because I make enough money pretty quickly here. Maybe fast forward mode is a little bit ambitious, but I think I'll be fine. There we go. Ooh, I'm happy I finally got the Ray of Doom up. That was very difficult, but we are here now. And I don't even need to target this guy, is the nice part. We can pretty much just save it for the overclock and the ultra boost without a sweat here, I think. And to answer a question from before, the Ray of Doom can't actually shoot through the log, so it's only the laser cannon, but it actually can still hit the balloons, you can see here, because the projectile size is quite big. Alright, and we are up to round 104 now. I literally just have had this thing locked in place the entire time. Absolutely no problem. I'm thinking though at this point, might as well just get overclock and ultra boost. There's no reason to delay the ultra boost buy, as I kind of want to get stacks on both my engineer and the Ray of Doom. Stacking on the engineer is important because I can get more overall sentries placed with 10 stacks on this guy. So I think we'll probably alternate our stacks is the plan, and also try to stall the rounds whenever I can to get more overall ultra boosts off. Alright, round 108. Look at the amount of ZMGs here. For the Ray of Doom though, something like this isn't even difficult to defend. Obviously, the extra single target damage does hurt you when there's multiple targets, but Ray of Doom has such a high pierce that, yeah, we are completely good. What are the stacks at? 3 on the engineer, 4 on the Ray of Doom right now. Alright, so with the conclusion of this round, I should have 9 stacks on both my Ray of Doom and my ultra boost now. Only 1 more stock is necessary. And it's only around 112, so we've actually gotten the stocks in here pretty quickly, which is nice. But you can see the Ray of Doom literally just tears through everything. It's not even a problem. I'm gonna stall those BFBs in the back though, just so I have my Ray of Doom overclocked for the start of the next round. And now with 10 stacks on both, honestly, I can probably just lock in place the Ray of Doom here and sit and wait for the next, like, 25 rounds. I don't think anything is going to go through. All right, I am now getting into the 130s, so I think it's finally time to get some targeting in here with my Ray of Doom. Look at all these ZMGs. How many pops am I at, by the way? 16 million, and the Engineer's at 150k. Honestly, more pops on the Engineer than you probably would give this guy credit for. Round 132, though, is looking pretty easy. I really don't think we'll have any issues with just like my normal targeting until round 138. 138 and 140 are kind of the rounds that are difficult for this 2 tower chimps once you already have these 2 upgrades bought. I got some fortified DTs here. I kind of got to figure out the best direction for me to target my Ray of Doom, because 138 is just constant fortified DTs, and that's how it gets you. So you need to find the best line of fire to keep your Ray of Doom locked in place. And right now, this is looking like a pretty good spot for it. Just a slight upward diagonal. I think it's a good location, but we'll see. Fortified ZMGs, I don't think there's going to be a problem. They do have a lot of HP at this point. However, the BFBs and mobs do get obliterated. And as always, Pierce is not an issue with the Ray of Doom. So we should be good here. Let's see. Only 1 FCMG remaining. Yeah, we're good against the BFBs and everything. Let's clean these up. Not a problem. And here we go, guys. It's the infamous round 138. Let's get it. I think I'll keep you locked in place right about here. And hope this doesn't fins. If it doesn't, we might have to find a slightly better locked in place targeting. Engineer can't really help me out at all here, to be honest, because this can't pop lead balloons, so this guy is basically just for show. All right, right now we're handling, but the DTs are pushing quite far. Oh my gosh, am I gonna handle? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, overclock again. Oh my lord. I feel like I've got to be able to, though. Okay, I've got an idea. We go full diagonal, and then later I change the targeting. Once the DTs start to push a little bit too much for me. Now, another Ultra Boost in a second here. Come on. That's so close, dude. All right, I have slowly adjusted the Ray of Doom targeting pixel by pixel, and I think this is the optimal spot through my testing. Now, let's see if it can finally do it. That's the question. Because I've gotten really close on a ton of attempts. Here we go, though. Honestly, 3x speed doesn't make a difference here, so might as well do that. Just get it done faster. Put the Ultra Boost back on. Okay, right now we're hanging on. This is the part that gets difficult, though, because the DTs become more dense towards the back end of the round. I think we're gonna do it. Look at this. Yeah, finally. Okay. Round 139. So, to prep ourselves best for round 140, I would like both my Ray of Doom and Ultra Boost to be Ultra Boosted, but I don't think the abilities are going to work out that way. Let's see if I can make it happen, though. Let's just see. Is it only mobs this round? Like, if I Ultra Boost this, can I get the Ultra Boost ability back in time for round 140? Because obviously, I need my Ray of Doom to have that stack right when the BEDs come out. Let's see. I should be able to do it, actually, by targeting my Ray of Doom away. Yeah. And now I pop everything. And with that, I now have this placed a ton of sentries. Fantastic. And I can get the overclock on you. Okay, here we go. Can I beat the round? Everything on the line. Let's send it. Fortified BED coming out. We want to get as much damage for as long as possible here. There's going to be some parts where the Ray of Doom probably can't hit the bad. Let's see. It's still hitting it with a little bit of damage. Maybe target here. That does actually reach it. Okay. Down here, I can actually shoot the Ray of Doom through the pipe as well. Or not the pipe, the log, rather. Just like that. Yeah. Back up. Perfect. The damage is actually looking pretty solid right now. Engineer's helping out as well. I'm going to lock you in place. Ultra Boost, unlock. Perfect. Can I shoot it through the pipe again? Now. The targeting probably could have been slightly more optimal there. I think I missed out on a couple milliseconds of it hitting that bad. That's fine. Now, the damage on the fortified bad is going to go down significantly here because the way the Ray of Doom works is it has a lot more single target damage for the first thing it contacts, where that's the regular bad in this case because it's getting blocked. But that's just something we kind of have to live with. Okay, there we go. We popped it. Oh my gosh. I didn't target the DTs enough. I definitely can defend those DTs, though. Come on, DTs. We defended all of them. Nice. Fortified ZMGs remaining. Let's go. We got this. Let's go. Let's go. Defend. All right, first one has been popped. Pop the BFBs down. Actually, pop the second one too, which probably isn't optimal. Moabs are defended. I think we're good. We still gotta deal with the back BAD, but the first one fully defended. And obviously this one has half the HP, so even though we don't have that much map length left, I think we'll be completely fine here. Come on. DETs, not a problem at all. And the ZMGs are not an issue too. So even round 138 was actually more difficult than round 140, which is interesting. And yeah, so after this, I went back to McEnroe's YouTube channel and was ready to brag to everyone that I beat round 140, but then I saw the pinned comment that it has already been completed before. But it's not that simple. You can see all of his stuff is tracked on an index inside of an Excel file, and there actually currently has been 3 completions of a 2 TC to round 140 with only 650 starting cash. Etienne and the Wizard Lord Phoenix, Ultra Boost in the Ray of Doom, and Geraldo and Superstorm. Now the thing is, I don't really count the Etienne one as a completion because it abused a Wizard Lord Phoenix bug. And the same thing with the Geraldo completion because that abused a Geraldo bug as well. So really this Ultra Boost Ray of Doom from Doncha 43 is the only completion that counts in my eyes. But here's the thing with it. They stopped at round 140, so we can go farther than that. And also there's not a recording of this, so this is the first recording of a non-bugged 2-tower chimps to round 140. So with all that being said, we are going to continue this to see how far we can actually push the 2TC and get the world record farther, you know what I'm saying? This round though is looking pretty absurd. Yeah, lots of DETs, a BAD, some BFBs as well. I should be fine here though, I'd imagine. The thing about it is after round 140, all the rounds are completely randomized, which means I could like redo this run 10 times over and get a different round 140. So that's why typically world record runs kind of stop at this point. But I definitely want to push it just for the highest number possible. Okay, 142. Only ZMGs. Fortified DTs are such a big problem though. Am I good here? I feel like I can defend that. I think that's going to be the death of me though. It's not going to be anything else, but it's going to be the fortified DTs that kill me at the end of the day. Okay, targeting the Ray of Doom appears to be better this time around. Come on, last one. We did it. Nice. And now we just have 2 BDs to deal with, which should not be that difficult. Here we go. Insides of the first one get dealt with. Insides of the second one also get dealt with. Now just 4 ZMGs remaining. And these are not an issue either. Okay. No fortified DTs, please. Oh, and there they are. Not that many of them, though. Might be possible to deal with. I think I'm good here. I'm good. More fortified DTs. Okay, this is actually a decent amount. Am I good? I don't know if I can beat that, to be honest. I'll try again. Fortified DTs are so deadly. We'll try locked in place target and maybe get more precise spots. The spots that I kind of learned were good in the round 138 demo. Okay, here. 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 Ultra boost again. Nah, I'm gonna call it. I don't think I'm beating 143. Well, there you have it, guys. We got to round 143 and died there. Unfortunately, I can't share the challenge because I did not actually complete it since the challenge ended at round 200. But yeah, that was very difficult. A lot of fun too. Thanks to the Ray of Doom buff, I was able to accomplish it. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Right back out. Peace, guys. Have a good one.